Good to see everybody as always. Our little last yoga session of 2024 is upon us. So let's go ahead and come to a nice tall seat. Just peek down at your feet. Make sure that your knees are landing over your ankles. Let's give the shoulders a good little roll out here. Maybe kind of slow it down a little bit today. So sort of exaggerate the up and then the back and then the down and then the forward motion a few times. You might start to hear some interesting cracks and pops in that shoulder girdle. Shoulder girdle is really hard to say. Just try it now, 10 times fast. All right, and then let's go in the opposite direction. Good, and then let's just go back a few times. And then really feel that sensation of the shoulder blades kind of squeezing in towards each other, the shoulder heads pressing back, so you have this open feeling across your heart and chest. It's almost like a little idea of cobra pose in the upper body. You can take your hands to your thighs, allow your eyelids to close. Take a nice, smooth, deep inhale through your nose. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. Again, smooth, full, deep inhale. Exhale, sigh the breath out, the stress, and all of the stuff on your to-do list, just let it go. And do that a few more times at your pace. With each exhale, see if you can kind of just sigh out some of the tension that might be living in your body right now. With each inhale, maybe you're inviting in a sense of lightness and levity. And then as you feel complete with that, just go ahead and seal your lips and start to inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Just bringing your attention to that sound, that line of your breath. Really using the breath as a tool to help quiet everything, to help focus, even to help relax. As you're sitting here a few more moments, just notice if the shoulders are starting to creep up around the ears. Sometimes they do that without us even realizing it. If you're in that boat, just soften them down. You might have to remind yourself of that several times the next hour. Good. From here, you can gently blink open your eyes and release your arms down by your sides. And we're just going to do a little side to side lateral stretching. So as you inhale, take that left arm up and over, leaning to the right. Exhale, release down. And inhale, leaning off to the left. That right arm stretches up and over any amount. Beautiful. As you exhale, release. And we continue like this. You're moving with your breath, so you might be going a different pace than me. That's absolutely fine. You might have your eyes closed if that feels good. Sometimes that can have kind of this calming quality as well. When we're looking around, we start to notice things and then we start to think about things. Also, just this motion, this rhythm, connecting movement with breath has this calming quality as well. It's like a full body stim. Beautiful work. Let's do a few more to each side, just kind of enjoying this. And then the next time you're leaning off to the right, hang out there. Keep both shoulder blades releasing down. Keep the shoulders out of your ears. Can you make that left sit bone a little heavier? That might mean that you come out of the side stretch just a little bit. Can you really lengthen through those left fingertips? You might be bringing your gaze up underneath that top arm. Breath is smooth and steady, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Good, deep inhale. As we exhale, we release that left arm down, and then inhale, right arm comes up and over. Shoulder blades release down your back. Press down into that right sit bone. It is your anchor. And as that work happens, you lengthen through your fingertips. A little twist here, wrapping those left ribs up towards the ceiling, maybe gazing up underneath your top arm. Beautiful, deep inhale. And exhale, make your way out of this. Let's go ahead and inhale, take the arms out wide, and we're just gonna come into just a nice simple twist here. As you exhale, twist to the right. Take a couple of breaths. So it's like you have giant wings here. You're stretching out. Good. Hips are both facing the same direction. Knees are maybe mostly in the same plane. You're going to release hands down. Left hand might come to your right thigh. It might be on your left thigh. A lot of this has to do with how tight we are in the spine, the shoulders. Every time we show up for a yoga practice, we feel a little different. So we're always making little modifications. With each inhale, can you keep growing space between the discs in your vertebra, even as you're twisting things? Can you feel that lift of your sternum up towards the ceiling? And just make sure both shoulder blades are releasing down your back. And then let's stay in the twist here, but take your right arm up and over. So it's another little lateral stretch happening. It's a little different. It's going to hit some different areas in your body. Press more into that right sit bone, especially if it's getting light. Good, nice deep inhale. Exhale, you're gonna start to unwind. We're gonna bring that left elbow underneath the right, and you can just hold on to your shoulders here, and we're gonna move into some cat-cow. So as you inhale, rock forward on your sit bones, elbows lift, gaze might lift. And then exhale, everything drops down, so you're rounding in your spine. Inhaling. Exhaling, rounding in. A few more rounds, just moving on your own with your pace. Paying attention to how your spine is feeling. Lovely work, everyone. On your next inhale, come back to a nice tall spine. Stretch the arms out wide. And as we exhale, we twist to the left. And just a couple breaths here in this initial shape. Can you drag that left hip and knee forward? Can you reach through your fingertips? Can you firm muscle to bone in your arms? And then as you exhale, you can release your arms down, being mindful to keep those shoulders out of your ears until those shoulder blades gently squeeze in towards each other. So lower body, nothing has changed. All of the work is happening in the torso. You might be moving towards bringing your gaze out over that left shoulder. Good, and then we're going to keep the upper body twisting. We're going to find the side stretch as well. So that left arm comes up and over. You reach through those left fingertips as you root down into that left sit bone. Both shoulder heads gently pressing back here. You might be bringing your gaze up underneath that top arm. A little side stretch. This is kind of like a variation of a reverse warrior pose. Good deep inhale. And then exhale, we unwind. Our right elbow is underneath our left. And here we go again, moving into some cat-cow, opposite shoulder on top. So inhaling, arching. Exhaling, rounding in. Good, continuing like this. And just enjoying this rhythm as you flow with your breath. A couple more. Good, inhale up to a nice tall spine. Take the arms out wide. And then we're just going to release them down to our thighs, and we're going to start to make some circles. And the pelvic girdle is much easier to say than shoulder girdle for some reason. There's too many R's in that shoulder and girdle happening too close together. Let's start to switch directions here. Lovely work, everyone. All right, so just start to make these circles a little smaller so you're moving towards that nice tall Tadasana, mountain pose. And from here, let's drop the chin towards the chest. We knew it was coming eventually. This first back of the neck stretch of the day can always be a little extra, so do less if you need to. Some days it just feels really good right away too. So we welcome that in. And can you keep your chin tucked? And then move very, very slowly, bringing that right ear towards your right shoulder, but pausing when you start to get sensations in the left side of your shoulders, trapezius, neck. So this is kind of like a little exploration. You are noticing what's happening in your shoulders and neck area, sending breath to those spots that are really tight. Good. And then just make your way back to center. Few breaths to get there. Notice if things are already starting to shift a little bit, if you're starting to find a little more space. And then that same thing off to the left, several rounds. There is no rush. I encourage you to stay in the places where you're getting a lot of sensation, where it might even be a little uncomfortable. And just think of this as real slow, useful work. How is this side different in your body? Good. And then a couple of breaths, return back to center. Good. As you inhale, just lift your chin. And then let's exhale, chin drops. Inhale, chin lifts. Exhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Let's hang out here in this variation for several breaths. Maybe release your left fingertips towards the floor. You could always try that if it feels too intense. You just put that hand back on your thigh. Breath smooth and steady. Let's return our left hand to thigh. If you took that variation, inhale, center. Good. Exhale, chin drops. Inhale, chin lifts. Exhale, ear drops. Ooh, to left shoulder. What's going on the right side of your neck? We hang out here. We breathe into the places that are a little intense. Perhaps releasing your right fingertips down towards your mat, the floor. And just using that weight and gravity to potentially intensify the stretch a little bit in your body. All right, you can return your right hand to your thigh. And on an inhale, lift up. And then let's just flow it together just a few times. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, back down the center. Good, inhaling, lifting your chin. Exhale, drop that left ear towards your left shoulder. Try to keep the shoulders not involved. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin drops. Good, inhale, lifting. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, chin drops. Inhale, lift. Good, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale up. And then just pausing here in your Tadasana, maybe even closing your eyes, taking stock of how you're feeling, noticing what's going on for you. Maybe reconnecting with your breath if you lost that thread. So finding that smooth, steady inhale through your nose. And that smooth, steady exhale through your nose. Good, let's inhale, blink the eyes open. We're gonna come into a little hip stretching here. So a couple of options. As always, you could just stay exactly where you are in a Tadasana mountain pose. If you're looking for a little hip stretch, you might take that right ankle above your left knee. So that is one option. You also could simply open up this right leg. So finding external rotation, any amount, it kind of just depends on your body, how far you go. And then we just take several rounds of breath here. If you're in this variation that I'm doing, kind of these warrior two legs, you could take your right hand and press that thigh back behind you. If you're in the seated version, you could do the same thing if you feel like you need a little more hip stretch. Just press that hand into the thigh. It's like you're trying to release it down towards the floor. Breath is smooth and steady. Getting curious about how this pose feels in your body. Where are you getting sensation? Where are you feeling a little challenged? Where does this feel easy? All right, so from here, let's find another little twist. So go ahead and release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, take the arms out wide. And then exhale, we're gonna twist to the right again. Stretch out, take a couple of breaths. You've got these giant wings. And then you can release your hands down. So depending upon what variation, it's going to look a little different. If you're doing what I'm doing, probably your left hand is going to be on your left thigh. If you have that right ankle crossed over your left knee, you can rest your left hand anywhere on that right shin. Same principles apply. We're pressing our shoulder heads back. We're feeling that lift of our sternum. Lower body is staying static and still. We're generating the movement, these intercostal muscles on either side of our waist, in our torso. And you can help your breath, or use your breath to help you be in the pose. The inhale, you're finding space and length. As the exhale, as you empty out, maybe you're, twisting in a little deeper. Good, let's take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, unwind, come back to center, and then we're going to do another little lateral stretch. So you can release your left fingertips down if that feels good. You could also just keep them on your left thigh. And then inhale. Right arm comes up and over. Notice if that right sit bone's getting light. Anchor a little more there. All of this extension through the right side of your waist. You might be gazing up underneath that top arm. So you can just come on up if you'd like. If you wanted to give just a little extra because you can, a little ab work, you can reach those left fingertips up and then think outer hip squeezing in. Like imagine you have a corset on, you're squeezing up to center. Nice. As you exhale, go ahead and release the arms down, and we'll take that little hip stretching to the second side. Second side might look like the first side, it might look different. So again, you could be here in Tadasana. You might find a little external rotation in that left hip. You might find the external rotation by crossing the left ankle above your right knee. They're all good places to be. They're all doing similar things. And then we just sit here in this initial posture for a few moments. We take stock of what's going on in our bodies on this side. We notice how it's different from the other side. We send our breath, our exhale to the places that, are feeling a little intense. Your hand might be pressing down, you might be pressing back, depending upon which variation you're doing. Depending also on how open your hips are, what your body is feeling like today. I think one of the gifts of our yoga practice is that it teaches us how to make these like little adjustments. To be good with that, to be, flexible, not just physically, but also mentally, having some agility there. All right, so we're going to move this into our twist. You can release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Exhale, twist to the left. Really extend through those giant wings of your arms. And then you can release your hands down. Make sure shoulders aren't creeping into your ears. Press the shoulder heads back, even feel the shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. Lower body stays static and even, but your torso, your spine are moving. Couple more breaths here in this twist. Smooth, deep inhale. As we exhale, we unwind, we come back to center, and release the arms down again. And then we take that little side bend. So left arm comes up and over as you release to the right. Anchor down into that left sit bone a little more. It might mean that you come out of the side stretch a little bit. That's okay. Getting all of this length through the left side, but you're trying to find a little of that on the right side. You're also trying to wrap those right ribs up towards the ceiling ever so gently. If you wanted to, you could reach that right arm out. You could imagine that you're just squeezing a beach ball between your hands so the arms are really active. Engage the sides of your waist so it's like you're wearing a little corset. And then inhale slowly up to center. Really nice. You can release your hands down. Beautiful work. Uncross that left ankle or bring the left leg back in. So finding Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're going to transition into a little more twisting in our crescent pose and then some forward folding in the mix as well. So you could stay right here. Perhaps you extend that left leg to straight. Good. So you're rooting into both sit bones. You can peek and make sure that your right knee is over your right ankle as well. Arms release by your sides. We're going to inhale, take the arms out and up. And then just a few times here as you exhale, cactus the arms, so feel that stretch across the heart and chest. Nice. Inhale, arms reach up. Good. Exhale, find that cactus shape, that stretch in your pectoral muscles. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Stay here. Inhale, straighten the elbows. And then exhale, twist to the right. Lengthen out. And then let's go ahead and just bring our palms to heart center here. So you're vigorously pressing your palms in towards each other and then out against each other. Trying to keep that lower body kind of out of the mix. The hips are both facing forward. Instead, you're wrapping those left ribs to the right. Stay here a couple more breaths. You have the option to hinge forward, perhaps placing that left elbow somewhere on that right thigh or knee. Lengthen through that left side body. And then wrap those left ribs up. Deep inhale. From here, we're going to exhale, just unwind. So you have blocks handy. You could use your blocks underneath your hands as you take this little forward fold. You also could just be using hands on thighs. That works. You might not be folding in very deep at all. So this is a nice release, a nice stretch for the spine. It's also a really great stretch for that left hamstring. If it feels really, really intense in that hamstring, a little bend in the knee is going to take some of that work out. Good, let's inhale, lengthen forward through the sides of your waist. Exhale, you could take hands to your outer hips or thighs, and then inhale, roll your torso up. And then just for good measure here, let's inhale, take the arms out and up. Gaze up, press palms. As you exhale, release the arms down. Beautiful work. And we'll move into our second side. So bend that left knee. If you extended that leg, you can stay here. Maybe you extend your right leg to straight. Hips are facing the same direction. So crescent pose, legs. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And then exhale, we find that little cactus shape with the arms. Good, inhale. Exhale. Good, one more. Stay here, feel the outer hip squeeze in. Inhale, the elbows to straight. Good, and then exhale. Twist to the left. Bring your palms to press together at heart center. So you might just stay here exactly like this. I'm getting a lot of sensation. It feels pretty good. If you wanted to hinge forward, hooking right elbow to left knee or thigh, you're welcome to do so. You can vigorously press that left palm into your right palm to help you spin those right ribs up towards the ceiling. What is going on with your breath? Check in there again. Often in these twists, you can start to feel a little shallow, especially that inhale. Good, deep inhale. And then exhale. You can just start to unwind. If you were upright, you can fold in any amount, hands on legs, or blocks works great. If the stretch in that right hamstring and glute is really intense, then the knee a little bit. Connect with that sound of your breath. And from here, inhale, maybe lengthen forward through both sides of your waist. And then you can bring your hands to your hips or use your hands on your thighs to help you press on up. Good. One final crescent pose here. Arms reach up on your inhale. Palms press, gaze up. Good. And then exhale, you can release those arms down. And go ahead and bend this right knee if you extended that leg forward. Just move into several rounds of our Surya Namaskara before we come into some breath work here. So again, blocks can be really nice on either side of your feet. They just help to bring the floor a little bit closer. Not necessary. Finding your nice tall mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, you can reach arms out and up or forward and up. Exhale, really stretch this breath out as you fold all the way in. Chin releases towards chest. Inhale, this is where you might take hands to your blocks or shins or thighs. Lengthen forward through the sides of your waist. Exhale, folding back into your Uttanasana. And then inhale, you can roll up. You can use your hands to help you roll up. You can reverse swan dive out. So always with these, with all of our poses, there's so many variations that you can do. You're always doing what works best in your body on any given day. Some days we like to mix and match. Inhaling, taking up space, feeling really graceful. Exhale, humbly folding in. Inhale, finding that back bend. Exhale, return to the forward fold. And then inhale, finding your extended mountain pose. See how tall and long and spacious you can be. Exhale, palms to heart center. 3 more on your own, moving with your breath. If you would prefer to just sit quietly, that works. You could also just move into some simple cat-cow. Being very methodical here. Distinctive with each movement. When you've completed that 3rd round, you're just pausing in your mountain pose. Palms together at your heart, eyes closed. Just assessing how you're feeling, checking in. And we're going to move into a little breath work here. So we often do our Viloma 1, our 3-part breath, kind of inhaling in 3 parts and then exhaling everything out. So we're going to do something kind of similar, but we're going to start, it's going to be like fractions breath. I don't know what to call this. So anyway, we're going to take a nice deep inhale, full exhale. We're also going to be doing this on the exhale. The 2nd breath, we're going to inhale halfway up, then sip in more air all the way up, and then we'll exhale halfway, and then the rest of the air out, and then we'll do it in thirds, and then thirds on the exhale, and then fourths, and then fourths on the exhale, and we'll do a couple rounds of that. So if that's not working for you today, again, you can do any breath, any pranayama that you enjoy and benefit from, or you could just simply sit quietly as well, kind of get a little extra shavasana time in. So let's all close our eyes here. Nice, smooth, deep inhale. Full, complete exhale. Inhale halfway, pause. Inhale all the way up, pause. Exhale halfway, pause. And then exhale all the way, pause. All right, so this time inhale 1/3 of the way up. Inhale another third of the way up. Fill up on that next inhale. And then exhale 1/3 of the way down. Pause. Another third. Pause. Another third. Pausing. And then fourths this time. So inhale, just sipping in a little air. Filling up to halfway. Filling up 3/4. And then all the way up. Exhale back to 3/4. And then to half. To 1/4. And then completely empty out. And then just take a few rounds of breath, just letting that go. Maybe noticing how you're feeling, the effect that it had. We're going to do that again. So smooth, full, deep inhale. Full, complete exhale. Inhale, halfway pause. Inhale, all the way pause. Exhale, halfway pause. Empty out, pause. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Inhale another third. Full inhale. And then exhale 1/3. Another third. Good, empty out. Inhale 1/4. Inhale another quarter. Another quarter still. And then find full. Exhale 1/4. Exhale to half. Exhale another quarter. Completely empty out. And then just return to normal breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And we're going to move towards Shavasana. So you might not be changing much of anything, at least physically, but kind of mentally, emotionally, can you key into this place of deep rest? Can you give yourself permission to surrender, to let go? Can you invite your body and brain to start to assimilate, to put together the benefits of the work we've just spent this past hour doing together? Can you soak up the final moments of stillness? Can you use this as a transition before you move into the rest of your day? Shavasana. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityoma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. And let your next inhale be deeper. You can open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. Start to wiggle fingers, toes, circle ankles, wrists, stretch out. So just bringing any movement back to your body that feels good. We'll eventually land with our hands in a pile on top of our hearts. Send yourself, your body, love and gratitude. We send each other love and gratitude. It's a gift to be able to work like this together. And just promise yourself you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the week, the rest of the holiday season ahead. Finally, just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today, everybody. Great to see you.